In this live demo, we'll keep exploring ChatGPT-4o's capabilities. ChatGPT-4o is OpenAI's new model, and it has significant PDF processing capabilities, and we are focusing on financial analysis. So if you go to the ir.tesla.com website, investor relations, they have a lot of like SEC disclosures, but also shareholder decks. And in this video, we are going to download 10 years worth of shareholder decks. So I've already prepared this from 2000. Let's check 2013 to 2023. So it's like 10 years worth of financial information. And so let's have a look at one of those letters, maybe. Here we have the most recent 2024 update. We can see like they include some summary about the business, what happened in the year. They give their operating income, their cash flows, their free cash flow, their cash assets they own. They give the revenue and also the revenue over the quarters, the growth numbers, financial summaries. So basically all the information you would need to analyze a company, right? They also announced new products and new plans, gigafactories and so on. And we will use all of this information to get some financial insights that you wouldn't be able to easily get otherwise, right? And we are using ChatGPT-4o for that. So this is a completely novel approach to financial analysis. It couldn't exist before because we had not tools like ChatGPT-4o available for this kind of stuff. And if you are interested in these kind of videos of financial analysis, and check out the Finxter channel, so simply give me a like and subscribe, and you will get recommended videos like this, like how to find the next NVIDIA using Finviz, how to analyze NVIDIA using ChatGPT-4o from annual reports, how much NVIDIA pays in stock options, and so these kind of videos where we use ChatGPT-4o and other AI tools to help us be on the right side of change by investing in disruptive innovation companies. Okay, so this is interesting stuff. I love this kind of stuff. Let's have a few look at some beautiful Tesla pictures first. So here we have the Cybertruck. Actually, I found that all products Elon Musk announced usually see the light of day, right? Some are more successful than others. For example, the Model S, initially it was very successful. It had this breakout success. Then they announced the Model 3 and they accomplished it. He also announced like toy projects like the Roadster or the Cybertruck even, and they came to light. They announced the Tesla Semi, and now we see the Tesla Semi coming to light. So an electric, autonomous driving semi-truck. And so usually we see all of this announcement usually see the light of day. So if Elon Musk announces something, it often happens. So we should not underestimate Elon Musk. Okay, so but let's focus on the financial analysis. Enough of the fanboys talk. Okay, so we take all those financial updates, we load it in there. Okay, I can only upload 10 files at a time. So we go from 2014 to 23. Okay, now we have our 10 files, but it's already good information to see that it allows us only 10 files, because I actually wanted to try even more. I actually wanted to upload hundreds of files. This was one of my ideas for a next video, but okay, this will not happen the next video. Okay, so the first query will be easy. Read the Tesla annual report. I should maybe just use the language reports here. Read the Tesla reports of the last 10 years. Give me a list of projects that failed. That means that were mentioned in a report but never materialized. Okay, and then I give it the report. So this one hopefully will be easy, but it's interesting information, right? You as an investor, you might ask something like this. And stay tuned, because we will see hopefully interesting Interesting information. Tesla Roadster second generation, announced as a high-performance electric sports car with impressive acceleration and range. Expected launch dates have repeatedly been pushed back, and as of the latest report, it remains in development without a concrete release date. Okay, so the first generation, we see the Tesla Roadster is this sports car here, but they are right actually. This second generation Roadster that looks really beautiful. Maybe they only have the prototype, but they don't have the final product. This is great. I mean, this is so great to get to this information, right? You could not otherwise get this information. Tesla Semi, it is. I think the recent news show that Tesla Semi is actually now is currently being launched. The Solar Roof. Yeah, it remained a niche product, but they still launched it, right? I mean, you can launch a product, but then the market maybe doesn't adopt the product. This can happen to every company, but this is then not necessarily the fault of Tesla, right? Because if you launch a product, but the market is just not ready, it was still worth to launch a product to see if the market is ready. So I found that it's very difficult to predict what the market wants, and even if you have a great product, sometimes it just fails because the market is not ready, like Google Glasses or so, right? It was still worth to launch Google Glasses for Google, but because it could be a breakout success, but it wasn't. The market just didn't adopt it. The Robotaxi network, I think this we will see in August this year, but it has not yet materialized. Okay, so this is already great. Let's maybe give me a simple prompt. So if I wanted to have the gross margin versus net margin over time, and then I specify the years 2014 to 2024. Yes, roughly. So let's see if it is capable of extracting all this information from the 10 reports I gave it, because in a single report we don't see this type of information. We usually see only like the last couple of quarters. But if you want to get a really big picture overview, then using ChatGPT for something like this is just awesome. I mean, you would have to pay thousands of dollars, right, to if you would find. I mean, this is just insane, right? Look at this chart. To extract something like this, it is just not possible for traditional financial analysis tools to get to something like this. Here, I just gave it some financial document and asked it to plot the gross margin versus net margin over time, and from the last 10 years, and it is very tough to get to this data, right? But here it simply does it. It does it for me. At runtime, it extracts the information from 10 reports and does it for me. This is so beautiful. I mean, you can see like the margin of Tesla, the gross margin was like more or less stable over time, but the net margin has improved, and now we are actually at profitability. So I think it will further, the net margin will further approach the gross margin because of their operational efficiency. So this is already great. Now I just had an idea. What if we ask it to extract the revenue per employee? Because then it needs to extract the number of employees. I hope this information is in those reports. Employees. No, maybe it's not. No, maybe okay. So this is not in the report. So it doesn't make sense to ask it, right? Okay, so let's maybe have let's maybe predict. This one would be interesting. So here, what about this question? So if you have this question, given the history of product announcements, predict 10 likely candidates for future products that would fit naturally. So we have the historic product announcements, and now what would be future products that would fit into this category, right? Like the question is, could we predict the next product, like the next Optimus, say, before Optimus is even announced? Electric airplane makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it leverages advancement in battery technology. They could develop a small to mid-sized electric airplane for short-haul flights. Electric boat, an electric boat or yacht powered by Tesla's battery and solar technology. Yeah, I mean, this would definitely make sense. A compact car, yeah, I think this we will see for sure. This makes a lot of sense. All of those products make a lot of sense. Advanced energy storage solutions. I mean, because you cannot analyze a company. If you would have bought Apple shares early, like in the 2000s or so, you cannot value the Apple company based on only the products they had at this point in time. You needed to value it as a company that will with a brand that will develop all kinds of products, some successful, some less successful, and that will grow over time, right? Because otherwise you would miss the complete picture. And I think the products we see now is only the beginning. We will see huge amounts of new kind of products. So some exercise like this for an investor, I think makes total sense. Electric motorcycles, yeah, makes sense to go smaller, right? Maybe the markets are not so big here, so they could skip it, but it definitely makes sense to have this whole ecosystem of autonomous mobility and electric mobility. Not only cars, but also planes, also scooters, motorcycles, public transport. This one makes definitely sense. They will for sure do this, buses and big vehicles for public transport. Solar-powered charging station, I think this they already do. Hyperloop, yeah, for ultra-fast ground transportation, smart grid solutions. Okay, so I think this makes sense. I really like ChatGPT-4o. It's really a capable model, also arguing from first principles. Talking about first principles, let's ask these questions. Predict the next 10 years of revenue based on what you know about the company. Argue from first principles. Let's see. Because we feed it with financial information, so it should be able to give us some predictions on the next 10 years. Whether it's right or wrong, I mean, this obviously you would have to do this yourself being an investor. But I think, yeah, here it gives us revenue projections. Continued strong demand for Model 3, Model Y, and Cybertruck. Revenue will be like 60 to 70 billion. So let's check what is the recent revenue number. So we have some comparison here. So let's go up here. Cash summary, where's revenue? Okay, here we have the quarterly revenue. Total revenues is like 23 billion in a quarter here, right? In this quarter. So we have total, like, it's say 25 times 4, so we have total annual revenue over 4 quarters of like 100 billion, something like this, right? So what does ChatGPT predict? EV sales, it predicts like, actually I think it's too bearish, right? Isn't it? 60 to 70 billion should be higher. Maybe let's check Yahoo Finance. Tesla financials, income statement. Maybe we need to do some iterations here because so here in the income statement, total revenue is already like the 94 billion, as I said. So the total revenue in 2024 already is roughly 100 billion. Okay, now it refines the revenue predictions. I also think Powerwall will have some immediate revenue here. So it predicts EV sales will continue to grow, but we will also do some expansion in Powerwall. Here, note it doesn't mention like the robotaxi network here. It also doesn't mention the Optimus, and I think those two won't see significant revenue this year from these two products. So I think I would agree that maybe Powerwall, focusing on energy in the short term, will be revenue drivers as well. Then in 2026 to 27, we will see compact cars, electric motorcycles. Let's see, global expansions. I mean, I think we will see increased production from new gigafactories in emerging markets. This, I think, will definitely be true. So revenue numbers, I might agree. Autonomous mobility. Yeah, I mean, here they predict that 2028 to 9, we will see autonomous mobility. It's very conservative, but I would definitely agree with this projection, right? And then after that, we see, wouldn't necessarily agree with this revenue number, because I think it will be higher if we really get a robotaxi network and autonomous public transport services, then the revenues will be significantly higher. But okay. So in 2030 it predicts electric aviation, improved margins due to economies of scale. I would agree. Okay, so this sounds great, right? I mean, it's not too far off. With the advancement in AI and the disruptive innovation we are seeing everywhere, I mean, look at the capabilities of AI. Full self-driving will expand, and I think it is not like here. It is very conservative, even like by 2034. This is like in 10 years. Autonomous mobility services could add only 30 to 50 billion to Tesla's revenue. I think this is too bearish, actually. So let's maybe ask it to do a valuation for us, predict the next 10 years of net margin, and also run discounted cash flow based on your predictions. And I ask it specifically for bear case, neutral case, and bull case, so that it can really like free its own thinking of the restrictions it might perceive. Because oftentimes we as humans, we program restrictions into it, asking it to be conservative, for instance, if all we should want is it being realistic, right? Because I think we should use AI in a way that it gives us more realistic outputs, so it gives us the truth, not something, not like a good version of, like a beautiful version, more beautiful version of the truth, or a less beautiful version of the truth. It just should just strive to give us the truth. Okay, here it gives us the revenue projections, net income projections, discounted cash flow analysis. It uses Python to run the discounted cash flow analysis, and it's currently still running. And here we have like three cases: the bear case, the neutral case, and the bull case, and the DCF value in billions. So here the bear case would be, like in the bear case, Tesla's market capitalization would be 439 billion. In the bull case, it would be 1.1 trillion already. This is like today's value, right? Because they have, maybe let's ask it, what assumptions did you make for all these three cases? Let's ask it for the assumptions. So it assumed a discount rate of 12% in the bear case, which is pretty high, terminal rate of 2%. In the neutral case, it gives us, like, it just adjusted the discount rate and the terminal rate for these kind of assumptions. And it increased the net margin by 1%, reaching 20% by 2034. So I think it's a very, very conservative model. Yeah, so we have growth of revenue and growth of the net income margin, of the margin the business makes. So what percentage of the revenue it keeps as profit, and both grow. And yeah, so let's see maybe what the true market cap currently is. Go to summary. Market cap is 571 billion. So let's go back to the predictions. So the market currently values Tesla as something between the bear case and the neutral case, right? So that the market would agree with this, with the valuation of this model, which is really interesting, right? Because this is also my perception. So I would say some people already see the bull case, but most people currently value Tesla as being like a bear case and neutral case valuation. They don't really believe the hype. They don't really believe the robotaxi network and the Optimus bot and everything. And in this whole valuation, it didn't even consider the Optimus program, which I think will be the dominating part of the valuation. It will be, if you have a sum of the parts analysis, the Optimus part will be the dominant part. So it will dwarf all other business units of Tesla. Why? Very simple. If you have 1 billion robots, humanoid, deployed by Tesla in the world, right? We could see easily something like this. I think we could even have a 10x number of that, right? So I think we will have one robot for every human being, like one smartphone for every human being. When? Who knows? Maybe in 10 years, maybe in 20 years, maybe in 30 years, right? But I think we will see these kind of numbers. So 1 billion robots just by Tesla. And maybe if there are 10 billion robots in the world deployed, then 1 billion being from Tesla means they only have 10% of the robot fleet. I think this is conservative, to be frank. But this is just my view. You could agree or disagree, right? If you have 1 billion robots and you make $1,000 per year in profit per robot, then what do you get? You get 1 trillion in net income. So a company making 1 trillion in net income is worth like 30 trillion in market cap, right? Something like this. So what is a 30 trillion market cap? Here we have market cap 500 billion now. It's 0.5 trillion. So we go from 0.5 trillion to 30 trillion. It's like a 60x. It's possible, right? It's not the likelihood, I would say, it is more likely than not that this will happen. Why? Because the economic value of bots is just so huge. It costs only a couple of thousands of bucks to produce, and everybody wants one, right? Would you want one? Yeah, sure, you would want one. And if you only had to pay like $1,000 or maybe 2,000, so they have some margin per year to rent this bot, but this bot can do work like worth tens of thousands of bucks per year. It could go to work for you. It could work on your house. It could build a house for you, right? I mean, it could do all kinds of stuff. If you like, even if you have a minimum hourly rate of $3 per hour or $2 per hour, $1 per hour, many of us would hire it. Actually, it would like completely change the economy. So I think it's likely, if the bot exists, it is likely that we will see billions of bots, if it is possible. But is it possible? Yeah, sure, it's possible. It's already possible. The bots already exist, and we are on an exponentially declining cost curve. So for sure, it's possible. It's cheap to build, and the demand is infinite. The demand for labor, for physical labor, is infinite, right? Because we can change anything. I mean, it's just a function of energy. So I think we will see billions of robots. But if this scenario happens, then, and there's only a minimum monetization, like only $1,000 per year. For this, if this is the cost, like if the cost is maybe twice of that, and we have 50% margin, if you need to pay $2,000 per year, this would be the revenue number now, $2,000 per year to get a bot, then why shouldn't you do this, right? It's less than $200 per month to get a full-time worker that you can command. I mean, if you won't do it, some business owner would do it and just generates infinite infinite revenue for themselves. And of course, the revenue will go down and everything, but only with the more bots we deploy, the less business owners will be able to monetize. But it will still mean that we have billions of robots out there, right? So I think these numbers are pretty bullish already. And in this valuation, it didn't even consider those cases. Let's ask it maybe, just for fun. Would this be a possible scenario, in your opinion, for the Tesla Optimus project? Let's see if it even understands what I mean with trillion and anything, yeah? Achieving 1 billion units implies massive adoption across various industries and households. Each robot generating $2,000 in net income annually means significant value creation, either through productivity improvement, services, or cost savings. Yeah, this could be from various applications like manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, domestic help, competition. Yeah, there will be competition. Yeah, I think it's a great analysis, right? I really like ChatGPT-4o. It's really a great model. Okay, so let's maybe one last prompt before we close. This one: plot the stock prices over the next 10 years based on your previous analysis. Oh, it's still. Oh wow! Now it even gives us an Optimus DCF value. Oh my god, it's so great. The model is so great. ChatGPT-4o, it's an insane model. I mean, I hadn't asked for this, but it figured out that I would be interested in this kind of information. Why? Because I asked it for DCF analysis previously. So it anticipated my questions, and yeah, it anticipated the questions, and it just did the analysis without asking me. So net income starting from 10 billion in 24, ramping up to 1 trillion annually by 34, with a discount rate of 10% and a growth rate of 3% after that. Yeah, so they have now a net present value of 9 trillion. So they say currently the company being valued at 0.5 trillion means it is undervalued like by more than 90%. So yeah, if you consider the Optimus robot, if you believe in this future, then Tesla is a steal at this point in time. Good, so let's plot the stock prices over the next 10 years based on your previous analysis. You know what, maybe let's quickly tell it. Plot different scenarios with different curves in the chart. Let's see what it comes up with. I think a good title for this would be like focusing on the ChatGPT-4o predicts 8.94 trillion in net present value for Optimus. Something like this would be a great title, right? Okay. Bear scenario, why is it negative? Neutral. This is not negative. Okay. So yeah, this would be the stock prices. Stock prices of $1,000 would be fair, I guess. But as I said previously, the Optimus scenario it just dwarfs all other. Why will the stock prices reduce at this point in time for these scenarios? Reflecting higher perceived risk and slower growth. Okay, so why do the stock prices fall down over time when the company grows? Update your analysis with the correct stock prices. You can use a PE ratio or something over time. Let's see if it fixes the plot. Doesn't seem right, but you can already see like that the Optimus scenario just dwarfs all other scenarios. Okay, so now it gives us net income projections and simply a list of PE ratios. These are the net income projections previously, and then we have simply using some PE ratios. to get the stock prices. Currently, what is the stock price of Tesla? Like $179. Okay, so it assumes projected stock price today of $500. So it says that Tesla is undervalued, and based on these analysis, right? Because this would be the fair value of Tesla, and then projected stock prices going up to $2,000 per month. Not per month, $2,000 stock price. I mean, this would be similar to ARK Invest's predictions of the stock price. You can see it kind of flattens out as the growth converges to a certain level. Okay, anyways, I think ChatGPT-4o is a great model. You have seen beautiful charts. You have seen how you can use it not only for extracting financial analysis like the net margin over time and comparing it with the gross margin over time with it initially. This would be then more objective historic data. You can use it to extract objective historic data, but you can also use it to do some wide predictions, and it simply will give you the wide predictions. It won't shy away from predicting financial data, which is great. I mean, this will disrupt the complete financial industry, in my opinion. If you are a financial analyst, you should either use ChatGPT-4o or you will get replaced by somebody using it. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm really grateful to have you here. We have lots and lots of this financial analysis, disruptive innovation information on the YouTube channel. If you want to stay informed about the new developments, then give us a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to really level up your skills in AI engineering, then check out the academy.finxter.com. Here you can go to visit the site academy.finxter.com. We have lots and lots of courses. It's like a subscription-based model. You have a small subscription fee. You can sign up to all courses, like including the building complex multi-agent teams and systems with LangGraph. Today or tomorrow or so, we will launch a new course on Hugging Face as well. So you can learn how to use these tools to completely disrupt your industry using novel tools such as LangChain and multi-agent systems, like plugging together multiple agents working together on certain tools. And you can download your personalized course certificate for each of our courses. How many courses do we have? I don't even know. It's like 50 or more courses, and all of those courses teach you highly marketable skills in today's marketplace. On like Python, AI engineering, DALL-E usage, API usage, LangChain, Llama models, and so on. So it's really like a in-depth training of AI engineering skills. Also, you can go to Finxter.com and join our free email newsletter as well. That's it with advertisement. Finxter newsletter, we have 160,000 coders already. I mean, it has grown a lot since I updated this last time. 160,000 coders checking out our daily information, daily news on AI and disruptive innovation. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.